If you think your best friend will always be loyal, think again. History is full of people who were destroyed, not by enemies, but by the very friends they trusted the most. And here's the crazy part. Sometimes, working with your enemy is safer than trusting a friend. Sounds insane, right? Stay with me, because by the end of today's story, you'll see why Robert Greene made this one of the most important laws in the 48 Laws of Power. And the twist? It's going to make you question everyone around you. Welcome to The Art of Power, where we break down the most powerful books in history and show you how to use their lessons in real life. Today is Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. After this, you'll never look at friendships the same way again. Let's travel back hundreds of years to the mighty Byzantine Empire. A young, ambitious man fought his way up through the ranks, step by step, battle by battle, until one day he became emperor. But he didn't rise alone. His best friend had been with him the whole way. They laughed together, ate together, shared dreams about ruling side by side. And they made a promise. When one makes it to the top, the other will share the throne. So when the man finally became emperor, his friend expected the ultimate reward. We've been through everything together, he thought. Of course, I'll get the best position in the kingdom. But the emperor had other plans. He needed strong, skilled leaders, not just people he liked. So instead of giving his friend the highest position, he gave him a smaller role. The friend smiled and said he understood. But deep inside, jealousy began to take root. And here's the thing about jealousy. It doesn't just sit there, it grows. Day by day, bitterness replaced loyalty. The friend thought, I deserve more than this. I helped him get here. Without me, he'd be nothing. Soon he began whispering in the palace halls, the emperor has forgotten where he came from. He doesn't value loyalty. Maybe he's not the leader we thought he was. At first, they were just whispers. Then whispers became rumors. Rumors became doubt, and doubt turned into rebellion. One morning, soldiers stormed the palace, not led by some foreign enemy, but by the emperor's own best friend. The man he trusted most took everything from him, and in that moment, the emperor learned a brutal truth. A friend's jealousy can be more dangerous than an enemy's sword. Friends often think they deserve special treatment just because of friendship. And when they don't get it, that disappointment can turn into betrayal. Enemies are different. You already know they're dangerous. If they join your side, they'll often work harder to prove themselves because they have something to prove. When you give someone power or a position, make sure it's because they've earned it, not just because you like them. Friendship doesn't always equal loyalty. Abraham Lincoln, one of America's most respected presidents, understood this law perfectly. When he became president, he shocked the nation by filling his cabinet with men who had been his political enemies. Why? Because they were talented and powerful. Once they joined his side, they worked harder to support him than many of his friends ever would, because they wanted to prove they were loyal and valuable. Lincoln knew an enemy-turned ally can be your most loyal soldier. If an enemy has skills you need, don't be afraid to make peace and work together. Sometimes the person you think will hurt you becomes your greatest ally. Now, this law doesn't mean you should cut off all your friends. It means don't be blind. Keep your eyes open, because in the very next law, Robert Greene reveals how to make people so dependent on you, betrayal becomes almost impossible. And trust me, that law changes everything. If this opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me, do you think an enemy can ever be trusted? And if you missed Law 1, never outshine the master, watch it next, and avoid a mistake that could ruin you forever.